So as you could see, the unboxing was very good. The box is very well thought out. I very much enjoyed it. In terms of weight, we are looking at about half a kilo. If we see here in Artings, we can see it's about 0.6, which for a 60% it feels rather heavy. I have here a Keychron TKL, and it feels about the same. So it's quite a heavy keyboard. Of course, it doesn't compare to something like a GMMK Pro. It weighs about like 2 kilos. Yeah, it's a heavy keyboard. Oh, to be honest, I just wanted to flex the keyboards, nothing much. So the box comes with a switch remover, 2 extra switches. So these are the lacquer switches, which are basically what you buy the Wooting for. So it's a magnetic switch, and what this allows you to do is have the analog input, which lets you have stuff like custom actuation points and rapid trigger. I think the graph itself is very self-explanatory, but basically you can see here that in the left this is a normal switch, and in the Wooting here, in a normal switch there's a certain point where the switch is active, and the switch needs to go to another certain point for it to reset. On a Wooting, the millisecond you start to release the button, it will register as an unpressing of a button, so like you don't need to, so it doesn't, it's not detected, and you can have a much, let's say, faster release of a key. So because of that, there's only 2 pins, it's plastic pins, there's no like connections. This is what it looks like. You can't see much because of the RGB. This doesn't come with it, I forgot to say. It was actually quite difficult to take this key out. I had to do a bit of force. I don't know if that's normal or just, you see, like you really need to press hard for it to work. But yeah, build quality completely solid. Does not bend at all. I don't know what I did here. Oh, nice. This doesn't close now. Okay. It doesn't bend at all. But yeah, let's check the software. That's one of the most important parts. So I got the software. Wooting has this really cool ability of having the whole software on the web, but unfortunately it doesn't work with Firefox, and I'm not about to download some Chromium based web browsers, so unfortunately I had to download it. It's pretty straightforward. You just connect to it and it automatically detects. It says that you need to update the Wooting, so you just go around and do that. And I'll be back when it's over. So when it's over, it looks like this. It says it's ready to fade, so just customize it. And this is basically what it looks like. So let's go ahead and go to the computer so I can show you how everything works. Okay, so this is basically the software it comes with. the first thing you should do is probably go to settings, in keyboard settings, and make sure no gamepad is enabled. What this does is, since this keyboard is analog, it can actually imitate a controller or a gamepad. So if you try to connect an actual gamepad and this is selected in either of these, it will not detect your physical gamepad because it will make the game think that your Wooting is your gamepad. So colors, pretty straightforward. You can select basically how you like, doesn't really matter. This is where the good stuff enters. Actuation point. That's basically what I told you about before. It's one of the good things about these Electro switches. You can select exactly where you want for your switch to be detected as an actuation. For me, I have it on a minimum. And rapid trigger is the other thing where you can tell it to start resetting or actuating the second you start moving a key. I have it disabled for W and Shift because I play CSGO, and sometimes, well, if you play CSGO you know, but sometimes where you're holding W or Shift you kind of tremble a bit, and if you do that it will detect. So for now the only keys that I have found out that should not have rapid trigger enable are these W and Shift. Then remap. I just have a simple remap, F5. I have this habit of refreshing a page hitting F5, and instead of having to click Fn F5, I just remapped it to 5. If I want to use 5, then I will F5 Fn the key to have the 5. Now, this is something really cool. It's called mod tap. It's pretty easy to set up. I'll even show you. So normally it comes empty and you have your keys like this. So what mod taps allows you to do is have different keys or different maps for how you press the key. So as you know, this is a 60%, so you have no arrow keys. But what you can do is add mod tap. So if you hold the key, it will act as a right shift. But if you simply tap it, it will act as a arrow. So if I tap it, you can see here, test your key binding. I'm tapping it, it's only acting as an arrow. If I tap Fn, arrow right, because I have the other mod keys. But if I indeed want to shift, I just have to hold it, or hold Fn, Control, and the Windows key. So very useful. It's probably my favorite. It's not my favorite thing about this, but it's a very cool feature. So after that, you can just type save to keyboard. It will save on the board, so you don't have to have this Wooting software enabled. You can just turn it off. But another cool thing from Wooting is if you join their Discord server, which I suggest you do because they have a lot of cool info and some very cool people where they post their setups and everything. But if you go here to Wooting profile, you can see a lot of people submit their profiles for the games. So if you open that server, website, you can see that there's almost 188 game covered and a lot of profiles. Even Wooting themselves have profiles for specific games, and you can just check it out, see if it's something that you're interested in, and you can just click here and will import automatically for your into your Wootingly Wootingly utility. It's a difficult word. But yeah, you can just search up your game. Let's say that you play, I don't know, you're a degenerate and you play League. Just search it up. As you can see, there's all these profiles that you can check it out. It's a very cool feature. So just check it out. There's also a lot of information about keyboard modding because it's a very modding friendly keyboard. So it's something that I would really suggest you do is check out this Discord server. So in game, how does it perform? Let's quickly go to CS:GO and I'll talk a bit about it. Okay, so here we are in CS. Right off the bat, you can really see how fast you can counter strafe. Even walking and starting to walk, I slightly press the key and it's already registering the key. This is very useful for basically counter strafing and peeking angles. I don't know if this map already has the walls. It doesn't. Well, anyways, you get the idea. So imagine like there's a wall around here and you're just peeking. You can very quickly do that without the need of counters having to stop before, so that you have that little momentum of CS that you know about. Since this is very fast, it kind of contradicts that movement. It takes a bit to get used to it. I haven't played much of it, but even just standing here, I can feel it. So it's definitely something that you will have to get used to it. But it's very good for competitive gaming. This rapid trigger and this response time of a keyboard, it's just amazing for this type of competitive shooters. But yeah, I will be trying it out. I'll be playing for it for a month or so. And if you want me to give a video on a little update of how it's going, I can do that. So thank you for watching and let me know what you think in the comments. Bye bye.